SABC News celebrates Women's Month.
Welcome back. Well, Charlotte Mannya-Maxeke Institute, in partnership with Freedom Park National Heritage Council, alongside the Sisulu Foundation, will be celebrating and honoring Mme Charlotte Makgomo Mannya-Maxeke, Mama Albertina Nontsikelelo Sisulu, as well as other women icons. Now, the women will be honored through an Intergenerational Women's Dialogue, which is going to be a series of dialogues that is dedicated to women. And to talk to us more about these, I have with me in studio Mr. Tulesizo Makhanya, who is the chairperson of the Charlotte Mannya-Maxeke Foundation, alongside Max Maxeke, who's the deputy chairperson and spokesperson of the very same organization, the Charlotte Mannya-Maxeke Foundation that we're talking about. Gentlemen, what a pleasure. Good afternoon to both of you. All right, Tulesizo, let's start with you. This is a great project. I mean, we're hearing all the time that such stalwarts are literally forgotten in the history pages. Let's talk about why the need to remember these stalwarts.
I think, first of all, we should be able to understand that this year is a 100-year celebration of Bantu Women's League, and also talking about the 100-year celebration of Mamu Sisulu and Babu Mandela. So we just thought that it's important that when you celebrate these icons, you also have create a legacy project out of them.
Absolutely, yeah.
So through the institute, then we decided that the best thing we can do is to create a platform for different generations to just engage and have honest discussions around what needs to happen in this country now and in the future.
You know, Max, talk to us about the theme. I mean, I love the theme. The theme broadly states, bring her up. I mean, what does this theme actually seek to address? Because we're always hearing about the pull it down syndromes, particularly when it comes to women working alongside other women.
Thank you very much, Alicia. The theme is really bringing to life what Mme Charlotte would have stood for. You would recall that one of the statements that she would have made, she was more interested in ensuring that as you ascend, as you go up, ensure that you take somebody else with you. And I think this is just an African narrative. This is a system of Ubuntu that they would have lived with, and as an institute today, young as we are, we would have also wanted to play a part to ensure that we can bring these values to life. But generally, the campaign is, amongst others, to ensure that we can, create the protective nucleus around girl children and boy children. Raise them in such a manner that we can give them at least the head start in life, so that they get to know who they really are, and to create some role modeling exercises as well.
Absolutely. Tulesizo, we're always hearing about the constant competition amongst women, and we don't even know if this system of Ubuntu that Max is referring to actually exists when it comes to women, particularly when they're competing for jobs, for men, for all sorts of things. But talk to us about that. How has this theme been received, and do you see it coming across to these women and literally becoming something that these women can live and feel and breathe?
What we promote as Charlotte Mannya-Maxeke Institute is to unify all the forces, especially women organizations across the country.
Women empowerment, yeah.
One of the things that we are doing on the day where we will be hosting young women, young girls from different parts of Gauteng province, we've got a number of organizations, young women organizations that have approached us. Then we said, no, the best way of accommodating everybody is to create a platform where one of the things we want to do is to make sure that at least we're creating that united front where we discuss, we engage, but we create solutions also. Yes. So we're trying to unify everybody and with a common vision.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Now, I see you have an extensive program here. I want both of you to talk to us about this. Max, I see already the 3rd of August dialogue has already taken place. Let's move on from the 10th of August, because I see, how many days is it exactly? About 4 or 5 days?
6 days in all.
6 days in all.
Yes,
Geez, gentlemen, let's talk about this. I mean, we do have upcoming on the 10th of August, because you've had that dialogue on the 3rd of August. Maybe Max can tell us what actually happened at that 3rd of August one, and then Tula Sizo, you can tell us about the rest of the dialogues. Max?
Thank you very much, Alicia. On the 3rd of August, the program actually entailed, our theme for the day was excavating African women's history, you know, because for us it was important to to assist people to get to grasp as to who are we as Africans, and issues relating to patriarchy. I mean, we live in a society where patriarchy, it's
a common
it's normal,
trend.
it's common.
People have accepted it.
But you'd be surprised that we also established through that day, because we brought in, people who, could extensively look into the history of African people, and who brought to the surface that, in fact, patriarchy is not an African system. It was never an African system. There was never a time where Africans, prehistoric, could distinguish between a man and a woman. It was about partnerships and all those things.
Yeah.
So on the day we had engagements, as we said, it was intergenerational discussions.
Okay.
We had elderly women mentoring younger ones.
Yeah.
We had young women also raising the issues and challenges that they face today, vis-a-vis what our forebearers would have faced.
And what was that demographic? Sorry to cut in there, Max, because I know we've got a lot to cover and we literally have no time. Maybe Tula Sizo can talk to us about this. How inclusive was the women that you invited? Because we're always hearing that the women in rural areas are always left behind in terms of developmental projects and so forth, and also women from poor communities, Putul.
On the day, we hosted women from different parts of Gauteng.
Yeah.
And we had vibrant people that were leading the discussions, panelists. We had people like Dr. Kanyisile Linshul Shabalala as part of the panelists. We had Professor Hlengiwe Mkhize as part of the panelists.
Okay.
We had, in fact, we're in partnership with the Department of Women, led by Minister Batabile Dlamini. Yeah, so from the audience part, we also had women from the church, Amy Church, which is all closely related to Mme Charlotte. We had women from Hammanskraal. We had
so it was very inclusive.
It was an inclusive audience, and we want to encourage that as we move forward. That let's get everybody on board. Let's have these discussions and be inclusive discussions.
I love that the men are sitting and talking to me about women having, a dialogue where they can talk amongst each other and find solutions to their own problem. Let's talk now. I understand there's also going to be an award ceremony that's going to take place, Max. Who's going to be on it? Tell us all about that. Tulas, do you want to go ahead?
Can I come in there?
Yeah.
One of the things, when we talk about Mme Charlotte Makgomo, she was the woman of first in most of the things. She was the first basic graduate in Southern Africa. So we then created a concept which then addresses the issue of honoring women of first in different spheres. It will be women first accountant, first medical doctor across. So we've started that. This is going to be an annual program. And it's a work in progress. It's on the 24th. And definitely by end of next week, we'll have the proper list of who we're going to honor on the day. And
where can we get all these details if people want to come and participate, women that want to be part of these dialogues too?
I will give you our email address.
Go ahead.
Charlotte Makgomo Institute @webmail.co.za.
Again?
Charlotte Makgomo Institute @webmail.co.za.
Gentlemen, unfortunately we're out of time, but thank you so much. I'm hoping to see you on the 25th. You promised me, so hopefully we'll see you then on this great initiative. Those are two gentlemen there, namely Mr. Tula Sizo Makhanyo, the chair of the Charlotte Mannya-Maxeke Foundation, alongside Mr. Max Maxeke himself, the deputy chair, as well as spokesperson of that. And those details, go ahead and get them and on that email. You can email them for those details. It's a long, extensive program. It runs through through till the 25th of August this year.